How's it going? Thanks for joining me. So, holy magic. If you look up the topic by Googling it, you'll see this, the sacred magic of Abramelin the Mage. And you see this flat earth picture here, that's crazy, because, those of you who have been following my channel, I've explained that on 12/24/2013 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my wife uploaded a video to YouTube, and the video was of her husband and her only son of 7 years old spilling their blood over their intent to be bringing forth heaven on earth. And then my wife uploaded it, and 360 days later, I woke up and realized like the earth is flat. And shortly after that, I was given the Spear of Destiny and the secrets of the universe. So holy magic, it's real, because I got the Spear of Destiny and I know where the Holy Grail is. Now all I have to do is make videos for the next 2.6 years, and you will see heaven will come to earth, because I'm going to get everybody everlasting life. It's just that simple. All you have to do is understand something. Right now, your country set up a corporation in your name, and you're a lost soul because you're lost at sea, and you think you're on a ball floating through space as an accident, but you're not. And you need to show the Pope that you're alive. And like Kata Gaia says, you could mail in your bloody thumbprint to this place and that place and this place, and then give them the authority over you, or suggest that you have to mail it to them because they have some authority over you. It's like here, a bank evicts you or gets you out of your home. They publish it in a newspaper that you're late on your mortgage and we're kicking you out of your home. What we're doing is that if you type into your computer blood over intent and hit enter, you'll see all of us taking back this reality. We're publishing to the World Wide Web that we're not lost at sea, okay, and that we're alive, and that we're taking back this world and bringing forth heaven on earth. And if you think this is an accident or something, this is crazy how everybody has everything in reverse. And I can see the future because I wrote it myself with my own blood, and then my wife published it to the Ethernet. And, that's what you call holy magic. She got us the Spear of Destiny, and and now we know where the Holy Grail is. That's just amazing. So, when you think about this idea of holy magic, like if you do a Google search, holy magic, you can see it over here, that there's a lot of stuff, but I'm sure nobody would be writing on a piece of paper that they intend to be bringing forth heaven on earth and publishing it to their YouTube channel. This is what my wife created, and it was at the end of her hand. See, my son's blood, he came out of his mother's womb, and like your father places you into the space of your mother, and then your mother births you into time. So the Y chromosome you place onto the hexagram, and it turns into a three-dimensional cube. That's the womb. And then your mother births you into time. That's the X chromosome, which spins and turns into the swastika. So I can tell you this, people. Blood magic. Blood is the most powerful substance in the universe. And evil is when good people do nothing. Okay? For you to just sit around and do nothing makes no fucking sense. We need to Ponce the Lion. We're going to go gangbang a holy hole at the center of this flat earth plane. Alright, people? This is simple stuff. The sacred magic of Abramelin, the mage, is the story of an Egyptian mage, Abramelin or Abramelin. Alright, the sacred magic You should probably look this stuff up and see. But the key thing is to keep it simple. Like I said, the Pope has in his possession the papal bulls. He owns you, and he took a soul print off you at your birth, just like he took everybody else a footprint, and that's your soul. And until you reclaim your divinity, you don't have to mail anything into anybody and give them the authority to decide whether you get back your soul or not. That's just crazy. No, you publish it to the world wide web right beside my own, blood over intent. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. You spill your fucking blood on it, and you publish your video right beside the rest of ours, titled Blood Over Intent, tag it Blood Over Intent, and description Blood Over Intent. Listen, people, this shit turns out to be real. You're a zombie. And if you don't put your blood beside my own, when you have sex with another person, you're a necrophiliac because they're presumed dead and lost at sea. The Pope has their soul in a vault at the Vatican, and it doesn't matter what you believe. I'm informing you. I'm taking back reality whether you like it or not. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Picking up where we left off in the previous two videos, how to communicate with God, and also everything points to flat earth. We'll get into that in a second. Just bear with me because I have a lot of important information I'm going to show you here. So you see the biophotons of your mother and the biophotons of your father come together to trap you here on the gridiron. You're brought to life by way of the sun. And now that you're here, well, it was the sun above your head that made your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, you grow up and you want to make something happen in reality. That's the black sun. That was what they kept from you. The black sun is what's bringing your intent into fruition. So you hear the word black sun and you immediately go into like a freak mode. You start saying satanic and shit like that. Listen, every word you speak is a magic spell. You went to school to learn your Book of the Dead. You took your test with your number 2 shit pencil. You're a witch. You set up your witch hat every year, your Christmas tree, your spear of destiny that pierces the side of Jesus Christ who's on his cross, which is the sun. And you take communion and you're the black sun yourself. You close your eyes and make a wish, blow out the sun above your head, and focus your intent onto the black sun. That's a double cross. One cross up, you're hashtag this, hashtag that. You put on a black robe at graduation with a hat that says you're bent and confused. And what I'm telling you is you know nothing of truth. And nobody can tell you any truth because everybody you know is fucking retarded. And hopefully we can set you straight here. You hear Ice Cube and all this shit. You see Popeye with the anchors on his arms. Okay, the black sun is anchored into a cube. So the ice cube, okay, it's one sun. One side of a light holds a black hole. All right. So the caduceus, the deuce, like in 2, it's the ball, 2 balls. You pin the tail on the dawn key. Dawn the Father was in heaven, so hell beneath your feet. You need to go into the hole, the asshole. X marks the spot at the center of the dish. You see the pole Eris. The green astrolight comes out of that hole and showers down on us. This shit is literally rubbed in our face. So all the letters, all the numbers are right there in the sine wave. You sign on the X. And X is wrong answer. X is a puckered asshole. All the letters, all the numbers are right here in the sine wave. So when you say the Saturn symbol right there is something that's evil, okay, it's set up like that so that you can't co-create. Because now that you're here, anything that you want to create is coming through the black sun. Okay? It's the conscious and the subconscious. And it's the same story over and over again. One side of a light hole is a black hole, the checkerboard. So when I see the clock, I see the sine wave. It's the conscious and the subconscious. It's like a checkerboard. When I see magic squares, I see the checkerboard. If you shade in the odd numbers on magic squares, you'll see images appear. Take a look. All right. This other magic square over here, you'll see 2 crosses. One cross up, one cross down. All I did was shade in the odd numbers, and you see the U. You cross, you cross. Your cross was originally a cube. When they went from the flat earth plane to a globe, they unfolded the cube into a cross, which is the four sides of a box, then the one that you place on your head when you graduate from school that locks you in the box and keeps you frozen, like pole ice, frozen in your pole, in your head, and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. I'm telling you that you're living on the checkerboard right now, the chessboard, but there's a hole at the center of the dish. You played pin the tail on the Dawn key, Dawn the Father who is in heaven, all right? When you hear the two-ball cane, the 700 Club, okay, you see Enoch in reverse. It's clear, people, okay, that since vowels are interchangeable, you have the by ball, you cast your ball, it's the ball with the two A's because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole, okay? Your vowels, it's A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. And then there's another hidden vowel. It's W. What the fuck is the chance of that, people? That it was the W, right? A-E-I-O-U and then also the double U. So that makes sense that they hid this type of shit from us because it's telling you right there. We know that if we go backwards with our vowel, it's T-U-V. The O represents the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. X marks the spot, pin the tail on the Dawn key like Dawn the Father who is in heaven. Okay? The Holy Grail is right over there. There's absolutely no way to fuck this up. When I see Shiva in the upside down pair, now we know that this symbol is supposed to be upside down. This represents the black sun that's bringing all your intent into fruition. They hide the truth in plain sight. So, we're inside the cube, in the center of the triangle, inside of the circle. This is the entire universe right there, people. Look it up. That's what it is. Alright? And you place your wedding ringer. Your wedding ringer is your limp finger, not your fuck you finger. It's telling you that you need to get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish before you're dead. And I know this is crazy. I know you don't want to believe it. It's like, how the fuck could this be possible? Well, go watch that guy do that video, Solomon's Lost Magic. He said he did the video because somebody was teaching the wrong types of ways to use the 72 spirits trapped in there. Well, it turns out those 72 spirits were charged with teaching you the arts and sciences. Did you hear what I said? Those 72 that they call demons are charged with giving you the arts and the sciences. So, now you know why they've demonized everything. Okay? This right here, you open up the brass box, and this is what I saw, the image. I see the eye at the bottom, right over there. So, what I'm seeing here is the masculine, and you see it had the symbol on there, X marks the spot. It had the pin the tail on the donkey symbol over there. What I'm seeing is this phallus. It's this same story over and over and over again. We're inside that crystal ball, okay? And the symbols, people don't even know what the symbols are when they see them. They're using them, but these are people that are using them, and they still think they're on a globe, okay? Floating through space as an accident. This place is fixed. You're inside of Pandora's box right now, and it's anchored down, the black sun. Okay, it has to be fixed so that the green astral jet can come shooting out, hit the parabolic mirror, and shower down on us. So when you see that no force on flat Earth, that's exactly, it's true. There was a highway of information that flowed through this place, and it glowed. The aurora borealis would have shot through the veins all the way across the earth, and that's all gone now. There's a Holy of Holies there now, and we need to get there before we're dead to get our everlasting life. That's where we drink from the living waters. This is what I see. Everything's upside down, okay? We need to get to this holy hole before we're dead. So, something that we were talking about in the previous video was relaxation.
I think that you should make yourself magic squares like this. Make sure they have triple border. 1, 2, 3. You're capturing the essence of these numbers, their vibration, bringing it into the number symbol, which is one cross up, one cross down. Just like you walk into a church, you kneel down, and you make an upside down cross on your fucking head. You go from your head to your chest, left to right. That's an upside down cross. You kneel down to the feminine, and then you walk in. You have stained glass windows blocking out the sun above your head and focusing your intent onto the black sun. You close your eyes, make a wish, focus your intent onto the black sun. It's clear. You blow out the candle. That's like the sun above your head. And you focus your intent onto the black sun. So the black sun would be like the subconscious. Okay? And I'm telling you, the numbers don't lie. What you can do is stare at one of these for 5 minutes a day until you remember the pattern, and so that you could do it from memory, and that's what's going to bring it into reality. It's that you need a triple border around it because you're capturing it and bringing it into reality. So like sigil stuff, I've seen people making videos on like sigil magic, but you can see that the people making those videos are fucking retarded, because you're supposed to have a sigil that's mirrored like this, which is where you write out. They tell you to cut out all the vowels. So you write out something like I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and usher in heaven on earth. What they tell you to do is cross out any duplicate letters, and also remove any vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Vow to L. The Father in heaven. Everybody's got it in their name, like Daniel. Everybody's name is named after the Father in heaven, the L. Okay? Like the L even. So here, they tell you to keep the vowels out. And I'm showing you that you can keep the vowels in. You don't have to have any duplicate vowels, but you're using letters one time in black, mirrored in red, and then triple bordered. And what you do is you make one of these for someone else. You don't make them for yourself. Of course you could, but it's like the division symbol. One side of a light hole is a black hole. You need to make it up and down. You're a stand-up guy, right? Okay, you're a stand-up type of guy. So the green astral light comes shooting out of the hole, hits the parrot. This is the infinite potential. Okay? The king's most powerful magic was he wrote stuff down, bringing it from the imaginary into this realm by writing it onto papyrus or chiseling it into stone. This was the king's most powerful magic. The key is to bring it from the imaginary and into the physical realm. Then you need to capture the idea with the triple border, because this is like the 3D, right? D is the fourth letter, like the four corners right there. Okay? You're capturing it. Like the four corner rule. It's, what I'm saying is that it's exactly like this, because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. And for you to keep time to just to get to work or something like this, everything needs to be free. Whatever luxury there is, it needs to be for everybody. And we need to get our drink of everlasting life from the Holy of Holies out of the center of the dish. Alright? This place you're living is far more exciting once you understand that numbers and symbols have a deeper meaning. There's a whole bunch of magic squares that you could be putting together and giving to other people, like your children. You should put one of these in their school books, like an education one, relaxation, this type of thing. I know people need money and stuff like that, I understand, but when you go paper chasing, the farthest thing from your mind is anything spiritual. It's all about material when you're paper chasing, and everything, nothing makes sense to you. You have to, step over to this side. When I say this side, I'm talking about you have to be on the side of everyone, where it's for the benefit of all. And what I did is, like, I remind people often in my videos that I spilled my blood over my written intent on video, and I published it to the Ethernet. 360 days after that, one of the eyes on my face opened up and I began to see and decode. At 720 days after, the second eye on my face opened up and I began to see and decode. Even more. Now, I did it on 12/24/2013, and now 12/24/2016 will be 1,080 days. And you can see, nothing slips by me. Every symbol, everything that you see has meaning, but it goes unnoticed by you. It's because you need to restore the spiritual high man that's inside of you. It's something that you lost when you lost your virginity. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female. When you lost your virginity that first time, okay, they only sacrifice virgins for a reason, because their blood is pure. When you lose your virginity, you lose your divinity. That doesn't mean that if you can't have sex. What I'm saying is that was then, this is now. And when you write your intent out on paper and you put your blood on it and then you publish that to the ether net, somehow it changes everything about you. It just unfolds like it's like one cycle of the sun, 1 year. That's like 1 day. It's second cycle. It's 360 degrees, 720 degrees, 1080 degrees. This is how it's unfolding. And I'm not even at 1,080 days yet, but you can see I'm decoding everything. Symbols are the language of the universe and the conduit that your energy is flowing through. You have the Bible, the two bulls, the pair of ox. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. You would be trapped on the division symbol right now. And you don't think magic squares are real, and I'm telling you, that's because you're not at this type of level with shit. I'm telling you, the plants and trees out there are conscious. Every time you eat your food, the plants, those living green plants and fruits, are screaming bloody murder. Look it up. Plants are conscious. See it for yourself. And I'm telling you that when you place your bare feet on dry soil and drop your blood into the earth and say, Great Spirit, give me guidance, that 7 days later, okay, you'll start to notice different changes in your reality. If you want to speed things up, hold up a glass of water and program it before you drink it by saying it. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. Give me the knowledge of the ages so I might bring forth heaven on earth. You're a bag of mostly water. That vibration is programmed into the water. It's programmed into you. And I'm telling you that your intent and everything about you unfolds from in the beginning there was the word. You need to say the words and bring that from your head into this reality. Then you need to write it down. Then you need to publish it. The more stuff you do like this is how you bring shit into reality. Okay? So the triple border here, the freak win C. You need to capture it with 3 seals. And that's not something that people typically hear about when they're making, I see videos out there how to make sigils and stuff like that. But you never hear about the triple border, which the 3D. D is number 4, the 4th letter. It's that you're literally needing to capture your intent by placing a triple border around it and mirroring it in the 2 colors, like I showed on the sigil a second ago. So, all right. So, where we started off, how to communicate with God through number, we see that there's the odd and the even. That's because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. You see it's the division symbol. Time going in one direction, time going the other direction. That means that when we get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish and we drink from the living waters, time stops for us and we don't age anymore. Okay? So, does sigil magic and all this type of stuff work? I say that, look people, if you're out to get money, then you need to make a sigil for someone else that's close to you to get money, not for you specifically. Okay? Once they get the money, you explain to them what you did and ask them to make a sigil for you. Okay? Exactly the way I'm showing you here. And the reason it's this way is because it's rubbed in your face. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. The two dots on your clock, it's the conscious and the subconscious. It's the biophotons of your mother and the biophotons of your father come together to trap you here on the gridiron. Every letter, every number is inside the sine wave. Okay, whether you see it or not, I'm telling you that it's all in the sine wave. I've done videos on it showing you that every single number, every single letter is inside that sine wave. So let's see here. You have this as a good example. Here we go. All right, you see the number 8 right over there? See the 8? Now if you chop that in half and remove one portion of the bottom, then it becomes a 9, okay, or P. You see every single letter, every single number. You see the E. Everything is right over here inside the sine wave. You sign on the X, okay? You see that? They rub this in your face. Okay, inside the cube is where we're all at. Your soul, like the soul is the sun above your head. The sun is the sum of all the souls inside the matrix at any given point. That's what the sun is focusing down upon us, is the collective consciousness of the whole. And it has its own divine spirit. It's, when I say goddess worship, okay, I'm telling you that you're not supposed to fight with your wife or your girlfriend, and you can never win, so just let them always win. And what I'm saying is that goddess worship is like your mother-in-law. You make sure that, like, when I pick stuff off the ground in front of, I make sure I bow down to them. I mean, I lay it on thick, because what I'm telling you is that these are like key things. I look into the sun, I speak my intent, I ground out with the grounding mats, or I put my bare feet on dry soil, and these are the types of things I do. I'm only 2 cycles into this blood over intent. I spilt my blood over my intent on 12/24/2013. I published a video, and it'll be 1,080 days next Christmas. And what I'm telling you is that it started with looking at the sun and speaking my intent, which led to me getting the idea to write it down on paper, do it on video, and publish it to my channel on the Ethernet. And now here I am, and I can see everything so clearly. You know, people make magic squares, but you don't see them coloring it in the odd numbers and see what images show up in those squares. That's clearly double cross and UU. What I'm saying to you is that you're on the checkerboard right now. The magic square is showing you that what you need to do is get to the center of the dish before you're dead. All these symbols are showing you need to get to the center of the dish before you're dead. There's really no way to fuck this up, people. It's like the Holy Grail is right there. It's at the end of your compass. Okay? Now the moon is a construct. The moon is see-through. And what I'm telling you is that the moon is just a rib of the earth, which is sending down a square wave. It's poisoning the well. It's keeping half your brain shut off, and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. I'm going to go deeper in the next video. I just got too much to show you guys, but look it up. A-E-I-O-U.
How's it going? Thanks for joining me. So the Holy Grail, the Holy Spear, the Spear of Destiny, will only make sense to you once you understand that the earth is flat, that the sun above your head is Jesus, and the Spear of Destiny is your compass needle, which points to the Holy Grail, which is at the center of the flat earth plane. There's really no way to fuck this up. So Mount Meru, where there was a tree that was chopped down, because if you look up, you'll find that all those mountains out there are the stumps of silica trees that reached all the way up to the clouds and above the clouds. Without this basic knowledge, you can't figure this stuff out. And people want to know, how in the world did I get the Spear of Destiny? It was simple. What I did is I wrote out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. My son did it. we spilled our blood over our intent. And Mom, my wife, uploaded the video to the Ethernet. 360 days after that, I gained the eyes to see. And it's just that simple. Now, where did I get the idea to spill our blood over our intent and publish it to the Ethernet? That came to me 2 weeks into sun gazing, where I was staring at the sun with my bare feet on dry soil, looking into the sun and speaking my intent that I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And 2 weeks after starting sun gazing, I woke up with the burning need to write out my intent on paper, spill my blood on it, and publish it to the Ethernet. And it's just that simple, people. When you spill your blood over your written intent to be bringing forth heaven on earth, this is what you call selfless, because it's as on earth as it is in heaven. That's the original intent that I attach my intent to. So I'm explaining to you that any compass that you pick up, that needle is pointing to the Holy Grail. There is no way to mess it up. And I'm explaining to you that when 144,000 living beings place their blood beside my own on YouTube into the Ethernet, that we will change the entire earth plane just like that. We will all make it to this Holy Grail, and we will get our eternal life. Now you say something, it came in the mail. And you see a mailbox that's got one thing. If you've got outgoing mail, you put up the phallus. And it's got the hole, the door that you open up. A mail has one hole and a phallus. So what they're telling you, like when you go through the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish and you pop out the other side and you see somebody, they're going to say, hey, it came in the mail through the mail hole, the Holy of Holies. Okay. Now, if you look up Saturn is the feminine, it's true. They flipped everything on us. The black hole sun is the feminine. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. Jesus, the sun, places his light into the hole at the center of the dish. And out from that hole comes the green astral light, which is your spear of destiny, your tree of life, your holy lance. Okay? There is no way to mess this up. Jesus is the sun, and the sun is conscious. And every day you wait before you spill your blood over your intent to be bringing forth heaven on earth doesn't make any sense at all, because you're either here to mine gold and work for worthless paper backed by your own stupidity, or you're here to bring forth heaven on earth. There is no in between, people. It's up to you to write out on paper, on video, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. Listen, people, it's as on earth as it is in heaven. Everybody knows that. And all I did is attach my intent to that original intent. That's all I did. And I was taken away by the universe. And by looking into the sun is the collective consciousness of the whole, like you're in a black hole and it's on loop. That's where we get the figure 8. So the land of perpetual twilight. You go through the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. When you pop out the other side, you're in the land of perpetual twilight. Anyone who gazes on the green astral light and drinks from the water gets eternal life. I'm informing you, not at all asking you. And I know it's hard for you to believe since you think you're an accident floating on a ball through space. And that's your problem. You think you're a fucking accident. I know why I'm here, and I plan to carry out my mission flawlessly. And we're going to get everybody to the Holy Grail before they're dead. If you want to get there before you're dead, you simply want to write out, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. Spill your blood on it, and publish your video right beside my own, titled Blood Over Intent, tag it Blood Over Intent, and description Blood Over Intent. You need to be blood thicker than water to get out of here, people. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. If you're new to this flat earth stuff, I recommend you go to my channel and catch up on what we've been talking about. What I've been explaining is that it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. And the candy cane that you hang up on your Christmas tree is showing you that the sun is being eaten by a black hole. And this is one side of a light hole is a black hole, and it's on loop. You would be trapped in Davy Jones's locker right now, people. And you can see here, everything is showing you that the black sun
is bringing everything into reality. That's your subconscious. The sun above your head is making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And then the black sun would be the heart. You're a black hole. At your heart is singularity. Your eyes are sucking in light like a black hole. And you have the conscious and the subconscious, as I've been explaining in many of my videos. So here you're on this flat earth plane. It's a chessboard. If you shade in the odd numbers, you'll see that this is a very magical world. And everything is telling you that you're living on a flat earth plane. And at the very center of this place, there's the Holy of Holies, where the sun has to place its light into the hole, or there's no green astral jet coming out of the hole. Now you see the X is on the right. It's telling you that you need to enter the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish before you're dead. What I've noticed about magic squares is that everything is telling us to get to the very center where every compass points to. We're going to find the Holy of Holies, that special place where we get the everlasting life, our way out of here. When you see a clock showing you repeating numbers, that's telling you you're on track. And or hold position, that type of thing. Take a look at this, people. That's where you're living inside of right now. This is a magical place. You see magical squares, you see the chessboard, all that stuff. It's that there's a hole at the very center where the sunlight has to enter. That's the candy cane. And this is the conscious and the subconscious. This would be the divine feminine, where all your intentions and all your will, everything comes to reality through that. And there's the Holy of Holies, the Holy Grail, right there at the center of the dish. If you want to get out of Oz, X marks the spot. That's the way out, people. There's really no way to fuck this up. It's literally, I mean, it doesn't matter what I search, these symbols come up. The eye is telling you the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. There's really no way to fuck this up, people. So I recommend you get to my channel for truth and catch up on reality. I love you. We're in this shit together.